أهلا بكم مشاهدي آي تك عبر قناة الحرة. نحن معكم للأسبوع الرابع والأخير على التوالي من هنا من لاس فيغاس، متابعة للتغطية الخاصة والحصرية بآي تك لمعرض NAB 2010، معرض الرابطة الوطنية للإعلاميين المتخصص بالتقنيات الإعلامية المرئية والمسموعة. مجموعة جديدة وأخيرة من اللقاءات والتقارير بانتظاركم. كالعادة نتواصل دائما عبر بريدنا الإلكتروني itech@alhurra.com. يمكن مشاهدة هذه الحلقة وحلقات أخرى من آي تك في أي وقت على الإنترنت على موقع youtube.com/الحرة. آخر أخبار التقنيات والبرنامج تابعوها دائما من خلال فيسبوك وتويتر على آي تك شو. قبل الدخول إلى قاعات المعرض، ماذا سنشاهد معا اليوم في آي تك من NAB 2010؟ تقنيات شاشات العرض التفاعلية، برامج تنظيم سير العمل داخل المؤسسات الإعلامية، أهم مواصفات أدوبي كرياتيف سويت 5، تقنيات انتل في القدرات العالية للتخزين، كاميرات التصوير العالي الجودة من الجو. أحدث منتجات JVC عرضت هنا في NAB 2010 بلاس فيغاس، حيث كشفت JVC للمرة الأولى عن كاميرا HM790 HD لتحل مكان HD 50. من مواصفاتها أنها تستخدم داخل الاستوديو ومحمولة أيضا للتصوير الخارجي، وتحمل بطاقة ذاكرة صلبة Solid State Memory. نتعرف أكثر على HM790 من JVC.
This year we're introducing the HM790. This model actually replaces the HD 250, which had become the most widely used studio camera in the United States in HD. The HM790 takes a completely different approach. The camera is modular in that we can apply different personality modules to the back of the camera without any extra cables, and it allows the camera to become different things and to do different things. For example, here we're using the camera in a studio configuration with a sled, which is really a physical only holder for the large viewfinder and a housing that protects the camera. All the electronics are in the module. 26-pin multi-core cable carries power, tally, signals for the camera, and the control, of course, plugs into a CCU unit, which is in a rack. The other modules that are available are fiber, if you're going to go longer distances. The multi-core limits you to about 100 meters, where the fiber you can take it much further. And we also have an ASI module, which provides a compressed signal for microwave output from the camera. And we have an S-by-S recording module that allows you to record on the Sony XDCam EX S-by-S memory cards. All of the controls are conventional. They're laid out the way a professional camera should be, but the camera is lighter weight. You can hold it, you can move it around easily. The camera has 2 slots for SDHC memory cards. We record to solid state memory. The camera records to MOV files, which can be dragged right into the timeline of a Final Cut Pro editing system. It'll also record in the MP4 format, which is compatible with many other editing systems. It does 1080i, 720p, and this camera actually also allows you to record in standard definition. Our previous model did not. We've also added a Genlock input to this camera, as well as a pool feed input, so you can record a standard definition signal from a composite video input onto this camera. Very useful in a news pool. We have time code in and out, which is useful if you're going to be in a multi-camera ISOCAM environment where you want to synchronize time code. The usual audio connectors for XLR, external microphones, and audio components. The camera uses removable lenses. 1/3 inch bayonet mount. There's about a dozen lenses now available from both Canon and Fujinon. Some of the lenses have 2x extenders for broadcasters that want to be able to increase the magnification of the lens. We have all the information about this on the JVC website at jvc.com.
في كل سنة وضمن NAB شركة AVID تقدم الجديد لديها، وتطلق من هنا أحدث ابتكاراتها في مجال الإنتاج التلفزيوني. هذه السنة أيضا وفي NAB 2010 بلاس فيغاس أطلقت AVID النسخة الجديدة من ميديا كومبوزر، وهو ميديا كومبوزر 5.0.
Today I'm going to be showing you all the new features of Media Composer 5.0. Media Composer has been around for a number of years, and now we're changing the technology a little bit. So we're concentrating as AVID, a company, on software. Let me show you how we can bring in different files. And with 5, right here on the side, we've added Smart Tools. And so with Smart Tools, what I can do is toggle on, toggle off. What this does is if I'm going through my sequence and I know that somewhere in here I want to keep my synced audio with my synced video. This is a fantastic feature. I'm just going to expand the line out here a little bit. So all I need to do is just go over to the clip that I'm on, because if I float to the top of the clip, I have my insert. I float to the bottom of my clip, I have my override. And so if I go towards the end of the clip, you can see that the icon changes. And as the icon changes, I can do trim mode, I can hit this, I can roll this shot over, I can roll this shot back. It makes for editing so much faster. I'm gonna go to a new time track. I'm gonna clear my monitor. Nothing's here. Instead of digitizing everything and digitizing hours of digitizing into my box before I wanna start work, I've got some red files in here. This is a music video. I go here, I'll go to roll 6. I have all of these red files. Now for me to transcode these and take these in the old way would have taken hours. So I wouldn't be able to start. So right now I just do choose. It runs through, they're already in my system. As I play this out, what it's doing, it's taking this red 4K file, which is huge. What it's doing is knocking it down to an HD size 1920 by 1080. And with the 1920 by 1080, it's allowing me to play this right inside. Playing 4K out is incredibly difficult. Next thing I want to do is red 4K file mixed with, I'm going to go and grab some Canon XF or Canon DSLR. Seems a little bit more interesting. The Canon DSLR is a new format that just came out. Small SLR, shoots stills, shoots digital video in a proxy format. It's an H.264 MPEG-4 proxy. Very small proxy right next to a very large file source. I'm going to hit choose. That populates in my bin right next to it. I'll do one more clip just for fun. I'm going to grab a Final Cut profile. You can see that I get a little snapshot, a little thumbnail of it right here. I can see that it's 2 minutes, 3 seconds, 1920 by 1080. I hit open. It goes right into my timeline as well. If I wanted to play this out to a tape right now, I could just hook up a tape deck and play it directly out. For more information, go to avid.com.
من أهم التحديات التي تواجه المؤسسات التلفزيونية الحديثة اليوم هي عملية حفظ وتخزين الكم الهائل من الأفلام والمعلومات التي تتدفق يوميا على المحطة. لهذا الغرض أصبح من الممكن أن يكون أرشيف المحطة في مكان آخر بعهدة شركة متخصصة في هذا المجال تؤمن حفظ هذه المواد واسترجاعها في الوقت المناسب. هكذا تعمل شركة كايرون.
We're showing a complete workflow, and the workflow includes tools in the cloud. So a lot of broadcasters, especially in the States right now, they're using these tools in the cloud to create graphics and to repurpose graphics. Traditionally, in a newsroom operation, we're hooked into something like iNews or ENPS or Delete, and the news producer from his desk could actually go along and take this logo and drop it into a template field and have it created and then drop it into a rundown. But locally, if those graphic files are not local at the station, we actually can now take this and go up into the cloud. That same template is sitting in the cloud, so basically we have a hosted service at Chyron, and the producer can actually go up into the cloud and search for graphics, let's say from AP Graphics Bank, from MGN Online, We have direct data integration into Thomson Reuters Financial, and so they can actually create graphics with a tool in the cloud. Now, more importantly, when they create that graphic in the cloud, all they have to hit is a deliver button, and that graphic seamlessly flows back down to the ground into our server at the local station and right to the playout device. Right from the desktop that they're working at, they can go in there and they can say, I want to create an access graphic about, I don't know, let's say Las Vegas. So he types in Las Vegas, hits OK. It immediately opens up another, my tool in the cloud, and it's going to go right to that same template that I was working at here. And if I have an integration into, let's say, AP Graphics Bank, I could say, let's say Masters Golf. And I can quickly search my AP Graphics Bank, and I'll see images right there. So by picking one, I'm going to pick that one of Tiger Woods. It's going to appear in my template, right? And I can move it around. And if I like that, I'll hit assemble. It'll come down. It'll pop a little yellow line in here when it's in there, and then it'll appear in my graphic that I can bring down into my rundown. More importantly, what I can do is I can say, well, this is an over-the-shoulder graphic. I might want to repurpose it for a full graphic. So I can very simply go like this. So I've taken that over-the-shoulder graphic and I've repurposed it for another graphic that I can use as well. You can go online to www.chyron.com. We have a lot of information. We have a lot of information on what we're showing here at the booth this year.
نتابع معنا الأسبوع الرابع والأخير من التغطية الخاصة والحصرية بأيتاك لمعرض NAB 2010 بلاس فيغاس، وسنشاهد معا بعد الفاصل تقنيات انتل في القدرات العالية للتخزين، كاميرات التصوير العالي الجودة من الجو. تتابعون ايتاك عبر الحرة والحرة.com ويوتيوب.com/الحرة، وآخر أخبار التقنيات والبرنامج من خلال فيسبوك وتويتر على ايتاك شو. تتابعون ايتاك عبر الحرة والحرة.com ويوتيوب.com/الحرة، وآخر أخبار التقنيات والبرنامج من خلال فيسبوك وتويتر على ايتاك شو. نعود إليكم مشاهدي ايتاك عبر قناة الحرة بعد هذا الفاصل لمتابعة الأسبوع الرابع من التغطية الخاصة والحصرية بأيتاك لمعرض NAB 2010 بلاس فيغاس، وسنشاهد معا الآن تقنيات انتل في القدرات العالية للتخزين، كاميرات التصوير العالي الجودة من الجو. مع ازدياد جودة الأفلام على الإنترنت يزداد التحدي في عرضها على الشبكة بشكل واضح وسهل. تقنيات حديثة تعتمد لتخزين هذه الأفلام وعرضها بجودة عالية وبمواصفات تفاعلية مع تحليل إعلامي لها. شركة أكاماي تقدم هذه الخدمات لمزودي الأفلام على شبكات الإنترنت.
In order to deliver very high bitrate files over the internet, you need to be able to have enough internet throughput. That's the speed of your connectivity going into your home. So because of our network, we're very unique in the way that our network is distributed around the globe. We put servers right into local ISPs where there's a university or a local internet service provider, and so that helps people get their content faster and have faster connections, so you can get really, really big files to consumers. We have 61,000 servers around the globe that are distributed in this fashion. So you combine that with some new technology that we brought to the market called adaptive bitrate streaming over HTTP. So now you get a custom video experience depending on what your user connectivity is and how much your machine can handle. Here you can say that I've got a pretty high bandwidth connection of 10 megabits a second into our stand here. What we have in the background is this video has been encoded in around 6 different bit rates, and as this connection goes up and down, the bit rate playing will also go up and down. So our client will use our network, they'll store their video in the cloud, and when someone comes to request that video, the user's redirected to our network from the customer's site to get that video. What we're showing here is a dashboard from our media analytics product where these are just examples of metrics that any sort of broadcaster could gather from their online video. We can see how long people are watching. The blue are how long they're watching in HD. The yellow is how long they're watching in SD. We can look at geography, so where are the viewers coming from? And through these metrics, be able to see, A, how is the experience that I'm delivering? So what is the viewer actually experiencing? And B, what's going on with my business? This example has, as you switch your camera angles, you can sort of see what's going on the court. More and more we're finding that broadcasters are serious about taking the online video experience, blowing it up to TV size, but then adding in the functions and the features of the internet to create that relationship with the audience. So here is the main cam, so they've got a split feed here, and then you can follow your own team that you like. So this is the Spurs camera. You can go to the action cam, which is behind the basketball hoop. And the DVR functionality is something that's actually seems pretty basic, but is a relatively new thing that we've been able to build into the player software that we have. And this is really fast, responsive DVR. People don't want to wait for their video. So you can see here I click and it's pretty instantaneous that it starts playing. There's no waiting and buffering and catching up. Go to www.akamai.com/HD network.
أثناء النقل المباشر للمباريات الرياضية يتم إعادة عرض المشاهد المثيرة مباشرة بعد حدوثها. يتم إعادتها عدة مرات وبسرعات مختلفة. هذا ما يسمى بالريبلايز. شركة تايروب ميديا سيستمز قدمت حل جديد في هذا المجال لإعادة المشاهد المباشرة، أطلقته هنا للمرة الأولى في NAB 2010 بلاس فيغاس. لنتعرف معا على ZEPLAY.
ZEPLAY, I believe, is the only system on the market that's actually capable of recording 4 channels of video and playing back 4 channels of video at the same time. I can mark and tag plays while the game is going on. So some piece of action happens, I click the Save Play button, and you see a brand new play is created. I can tag that with information, I can enter in a player number, and you see all of the relevant information goes into the play and into the playlist on the system. So basically, if I'm a replay operator during a sports game, I can make sure that I'm cataloging all the action, making sure that I can go back and recall that information as needed and call it up as the director wants. And then once it comes time to play the shot, I can go in and use the included controller with the system and play it back at any speed from negative 200% speed to positive 200% speed, all with frame blended slow motion, perfect looking video, and I can independently control each angle as needed. One of our key features is this controller, which we've designed specifically for sports instant replay. So we have a lot of features that make it very quick to catalog games, such as the ability to mark angles as good, tag angles with the keypad over here. We also have a lot of keyboard shortcuts that make it very, very simple and fast to create new plays. So for example, I can mash all 4 keys here. Now I'm controlling all 4 angles. I can tell it I want to go to live. I can start the play at a specific spot. Once I'm ready to go, I can save the play, and the system automatically queues me up to that point in time, and I'm ready to go and control the system just with the T-bar. The slow motion is frame blended, meaning that we're interpolating frames as needed, but depending on if you're using a shutter or not, we're able to actually set the system up in different ways to give you optimal quality. The video quality is SDI inputs, and it's 100 megabit MPEG-2 for HD, and it's 50 megabit MPEG-2 for standard definition. I'm watching the action and a play happens. I say save play and the system automatically jumps and queues. Now at this point, I'm ready to go. The director can take to me and I can run the replay. So the director says, okay, I'm ready to go. I'm gonna say, okay, ready on replay B. I click B, I roll the action. Okay, that looks great. And now I'm going to say ready on C, and I roll that as well. Now ZEPLAY has two different modes that it can run in. It has 4 ins and 4 outs, but a lot of times a production switcher might not have enough inputs to take everything ZEPLAY has to offer. So it actually includes a built-in switcher as well. So I'm able to run it in 4x1 mode, and now you can see channel C is highlighted, and now back to channel A. So now I'm actually switching what is going out, output A of the system. So it can run in 4x4 mode or 4x1 mode where I'm doing the switching. I can also tell the system to go in 2 times mode, so now I'm running at fast motion.
في الأسبوع الرابع والأخير من التغطية الخاصة والحصرية بأيتاك لمعرض NAB 2010 المتخصص بالتقنيات الإعلامية، شاهدنا معنا اليوم تقنيات شاشات العرض التفاعلية، برامج تنظيم سير العمل داخل المؤسسات الإعلامية، أهم مواصفات Adobe Creative Suite 5، تقنيات انتل في القدرات العالية للتخزين، كاميرات التصوير العالي الجودة من الجو. إلى هنا مشاهدي أيتاك عبر قناة الحرة نأتي إلى ختام الأسبوع الرابع والأخير من التغطية الخاصة والحصرية بأيتاك لمعرض NAB 2010، معرض الرابطة الوطنية للإعلاميين المتخصص بالتقنيات الإعلامية المرئية والمسموعة. كنا معكم على مدى الأسابيع الأربعة الماضية، نرجو أن نكون قد وفقنا بذلك. الأسبوع المقبل نلتقي من مكان آخر في العالم، إلى ذلك الحين نتواصل دائما عبر بريدنا الإلكتروني aitak@alhurra.com. يمكن مشاهدة هذه الحلقة من أيتاك وحلقات أخرى في أي وقت على الإنترنت وموقع youtube.com/الحرة. آخر أخبار التقنيات والبرنامج تابعوها دائما من خلال فيسبوك وتويتر على أيتاك شو. شكرا لكم جميعا وإلى اللقاء.